in all that you're doing for us. Here's a request that we may not ask enough. Help us to see ourselves. It's so easy, God, to become professionals at looking at others, blaming others, wishing others were better. But what about me? It is I and I alone who has to give an account for my life. It is I and I alone who will have to stand before your throne. Help me to see me. Father, not in a condemning way, because you don't look at me through eyes of condemnation. Don't let me look at myself like my enemies do. Don't let me judge myself like those who haven't even invested in me have a tendency to judge me. Let me look at me like you do. Someone that belongs to a royal family, but is still a work in process. Someone who encountered trauma before they encountered you. Someone who was wounded and afflicted long before they was exposed to their righteousness and their identity. Someone who has wheat and tare growing in them at the same time, but let me rejoice over the wheat, because there was time when there was just tare. Let me have hope in the indwelling of your Spirit, who saved me because I needed to be saved, who lives in me because I need to be healed, who's a mender because I am broken, who's a heart regulator because I put my heart through some unnecessary things, who's a fixer of my mindset because I have some thinking that's far departed from how you'd have me to see you, see me, my neighbor, and life. I need a Savior. Not needed, need. I'm in constant need of rehabilitation. Thank you for how you gently walk through my soul, and one item at a time, you're doing your work into completion. Help me to be patient, not only with myself, but patient with you. And realize that you're operating at the pace in which you need. But Master, on my part, when you show up and you teach, you send help, you send correction. Help me to have a receptive heart so I don't miss my seasons. Help me to have compassion for my brothers and my sisters so that I never act like I'm greater or better. Help me to remember how debased I've been at times whenever I think somebody is beneath me. Help me to remember how resilient I've been when I think I'm at my end. Remind me of the countless times you and I overcame depression. Remind me of the countless times that you dust me off when I thought it was over. Remind me of the countless times when I thought I was defeated and you put more time on the clock. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the times when I thought I was being left alone and you sent new people into my life who were still willing to hold up my arms, who would remind me of my righteousness and remind me of how you speak of me, that there was no variableness in you and there's no shadow of turning in you. What you declared about me in my mother's womb is still the declaration that heaven stands by. Help me to remember, God, that you have not been shocked, nor dismayed, nor discouraged about the outcome of my life. You saw it all before it happened, and you made a plan of escape. Not only did you make a plan of escape, help me to realize and to see that you were already embedded inside of me everything I need to be triumphant. Even in the lowest of depths of sin, you were still calling me more than a conqueror. Even in the deepest days of despair, you were still calling me the righteousness of God. Not because of the things I've done, but because of what you placed inside of me. God, show me what's inside of me. Let me get a glimpse of the kingdom that's in me. Then all of these other things shall be added unto me. Help me to be focused on who you call me. Help me to be in pursuit of the Canaan that's within me. Help me to be the instrument of glory that you said I'd be. Help me to be the tool that's in your hand that you declared I'd be. Help me to live out my predestined call. Help me give you glory. Help me give you glory. I want to give you glory. Help us not to quit in the middle. Don't quit in the middle. Don't quit on you. Don't quit on you. Don't quit on you. Don't quit on you. God is not finished until it's complete. That's his promise. That's his word. And we stand on it. In the matchless name of Jesus Christ, we do pray. All those in agreement say, Amen.